Okay, so we've been having this discussion basically for the duration of the match. Already after 2-0, it became kind of clear. And a lot of people were talking about the chess mafia. Um, and who's part of the chess mafia? And I was trying
That's
to
a good
kind of
question.
understand who's part of the chess mafia also. And whether we are part of the chess mafia.
Well, it depends who you ask.
But I don't think we're part of
Certainly,
the chess mafia. Like, we kind of agreed with chat that C squared doesn't have the clout necessary to be part of chess mafia yet.
okay, so the Chess Mafia, clearly it starts with chess.com on the top and Magnus. This
Okay.
is like if you imagine a pyramid, then at
Yes.
the top clearly it has to be this is the highest point of the Chess Mafia, right?
Yes.
And then you go down,
But some people
and of
would
course,
actually be upset about that. Like, not getting the top, like FIDE, for example, would probably be upset not being called
but
the chess
this is not like
mafia
an
top.
actual Chess Mafia. This is the Chess Mafia as proposed by Hans and Kramnik, right?
Okay.
Or even just Hans. I don't know. Maybe I don't think, but Kramnik has also definitely bought into this idea of the untouchables, and he has different words for it, but to be honest, mafia and untouchables it's very similar sort of wording that they came to use.
Yes.
Um, so okay, in that case, Fide is not even in the picture.
So FIDE is
I
not part
mean,
of the chess mafia. Interesting.
yeah, Fide is not even there. And in fact, they're probably fighting the chess mafia. They're a different mafia. They're not the mafia that we're talking about. So
What type
so
of mafia
clearly
are
it's
they?
chess.com. Some not a mafia that we're worried about.
Okay.
They're a different mafia.
Tiny mafia.
Not
Okay.
we're not worried about that mafia.
Okay.
So we of course we have chess.com and Magnus at the top and Hikaru
Mm-hmm.
right pretty much right there with them, but maybe a little bit a rung below. And Levy, as we found out, is there.
Mm.
Um, you disagree?
No, no, no. I actually, yeah, no, I'm not really sure. I don't disagree. I was actually trying to kind of understand the mafia structure, and I was sort of comparing FIDE and the St. Louis Chess Club. I guess they're part of the mafia as well, and chess.com. And I was saying that in the chess world, it feels like we don't have a mafia picture compared to any other like industries where you have a monopolizing, let's say, figure. I don't feel like we have that in the chess world, but obviously you think that chess.com is
No, no, no.
is the big mafia.
I'm just going with the idea. But actually, no. Like my real opinion, and I've dealt with all the organizations at length for nearly 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, although chess.com they came later. So if we're talking about individual people like Magnus or Hikaru, I really think that they are just individuals. But they just like me, they do work, and perhaps even more so because Magnus does have I mean, he did have, and there are business connections there, which I don't even think that he probably was negotiating with or dealing with. Probably just his company and his whatever you want to call it is being managed by other people, right? Chess players don't want to really deal with the business side of things too much.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely with Magnus, I would assume that he's not dealing with the business side of things. But of course, like we're all in the mix of it, right? And he's definitely one of the central figures in terms of playing tournaments and dealing with organizers, and Hikaru as well. But they are individuals. They mostly um like they're not part of this, big, one world government or something. It's not a giant conspiracy. Just like me or you, they are individuals who are looking out for their interests and for their image.
Mm-hmm.
And now, when it comes to organizations, this is of course more interesting because then you have chess.com, you have FIDE, and those are more complicated. They deal with a lot of people who all have their own idea of what to do. And definitely, I mean, you're not going to call it conspiracy, but there are a lot of people working together in those things. And the question is, of course, like, is there corruption and how widespread is it? Because in general, in companies, you're going to have corruption to some extent. That's kind of just how it works in companies. Um, or at least what people would call corruption. And then like having seen behind the scenes in chess.com, things are pretty good to be honest. Like they are pretty open with the public. Um, I've never seen anything like nefarious going on, to be honest. It's a big company with a lot of money, and they're juggling a lot of different things. But I think they do mostly do things fairly.